Okay. Hi, guys. So we've already gone over a couple of the topics we're going to get right back into. We're talking about seeing first as well as liking and commenting. So sorry you guys missed a few minutes. We're going to get right back to it. Okay, I want to show you real fast. Share screen. Okay, we'll get back to it. Okay, so the Jim Lupkin program is all about how to reach people in a massive way. So it may not be something you do every single day this way, but you need to probably take 3 or 4 days and do it this way. But it's getting a massive number of people in a short time period. So when he discusses having 30 contacts in new contacts in a day, that should be done within 3 to 4 hours. So immediately what you want to do when you start working or Facebook or however you want to look at it is friend request 10 new people. So what you're going to quickly do, and for me, I've got a lot of people that I haven't responded to. I'm sure you guys probably do too, right? So friend requests, I had 99. So I need to go to my friend requests. I'm going to quickly go through, and when you begin this, you're not going to be this good, but your ultimate goal is to do all of this in 1 minute. Okay, so plan on maybe 5 minutes per person for now, because that's an hour. That's 50 minutes if you're doing 10 people. Or split it up and maybe do 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, 3 at night. However you can do it. But quickly, I'm going to look at his picture. I'm going to look at his cover picture. I'm going to look at his posts. And I'm going to make some decisions. Again, we're not trying to judge people, but kind of a little bit. Do they have... Now, I'm not going to judge him on if he's doing the Jim Lupkin program correctly. I'm going to judge him on if I met him at a party, would I want to continue having a conversation? So even if he's not doing things correctly, like he doesn't have a bunch of personal posts, but maybe he just doesn't know how, can I teach him? Because that's why we're connecting with people. So he's got some. So he's got a little bit of business. He's got a little bit of personal. He's got a bunch of different little things. Do we have mutual friends? Yes, we have 31. So I'm going to confirm that request. All right, so bam. But before I confirm the request, I always like to send them a message first. And guys, we went over this in detail last night, so I'll send you guys that recording. But the first thing I'm going to do is send him that message, and I'm going to connect. If he responds back to me, and we have some kind of conversation, then I will accept his friendship. If not, then I'm going to categorize him in the did not respond, or I'm just not even going to do anything with it, right? Because if he's just trying to reach out and get another number, he's in real estate. If he's just trying to get a number, I have no interest in being a number. I want a true friend. So that's what you want to do that in a minute. Now, how can we and you do that, for how many ever number of people you're going to do. So 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, 3 in the evening, or 10 a day, whatever it is you're doing. So then the next thing you do is you take 5 minutes, and Angela and anyone else, if you need more time and you have more time, take 10 minutes, but no more than that. You want to quickly scroll through, and you want to like as many comments as possible, right? You want to show them some love. But guys, this is relationship building. This is not courting right now. We're building at this moment. So right now we want to get as many as we possibly can. Okay, so you just kind of go through. Now I want to be real about it. I'm giving away some secrets right now. All right, but I'm trying to be as honest as possible. Okay, but I want them to feel my love, and I want as many people as possible to feel my love. Okay, are you getting it? Then they do the same thing. They start commenting on your posts. Then you start the private message. That's when the real relationship happens. That's when you spend that time. So you friend request, you spend 5-10 minutes liking and commenting as many as you possibly can. Then you respond to those that have responded to you in private messages. This is your time, because this is the true relationship, right? You meet them, You court them, you build the relationship. Does that make sense? Does that show you how you can spend less time in the right places, more time in the right, you guys know what I'm saying? Less time in certain places and more time in other places? Concerns about that. It's a practice. It's not going to happen for you right away. You're going to spend a lot more time than that. You're not going to perfect this right away. But it really only took me probably about a week to maybe a week and a half to really get this down. Fiona, how long did it take you to really kind of get that rhythm?
Probably like after doing it, if you're consistent, you kind of like have your little like set a timer kind of thing for about a week. It kind of goes pretty quick.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest, I swing in and out of being consistent with it, and you can see it in my numbers.
Right.
I mean, that's
exactly it. And I think Jim just said that a couple days ago and he has said it to me multiple times. You can always reflect your attitude to numbers. You can reflect your paycheck to numbers. You can reflect your posts to numbers, right? Everything comes back to the numbers. And if you're not really doing the numbers, you can see it in a different way.
Yeah. So if you want to like be like, oh, nothing's happening,
right?
There's a reason.
There's a reason. You just got to go back and look, what did I do? What did I do yesterday? What did I do last month? Right? It's all reflective. So pick your number. How many people can you reach out to today in the amount of time that you have, or in the amount of goals that you want? And just be consistent with that number. Whatever that is. We're not going to choose that number for you. That you have to choose. But just be consistent with that. Heather, how long did it take you to get into the rhythm?
Sorry, I was muted.
No problem.
It again took me a couple of weeks, but you do have to be careful because it's easy to find excuses to fall out of the rhythm.
Yeah.
So I found for me the biggest help was kind of just have a short daily checklist.
Right.
That I could just go through because I'm a checklist kind of person anyway. But
do you have one typed up?
I have one written down. I can easily type it up and get it.
Could you and share that with us? That would be absolutely fantastic. If you don't mind, if just sending it to me as a draft, just to make sure everything is covered.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, because please add to it. I'm always looking for improvements too.
Okay, great. And I'll take it directly out of Jim's book. So I'll take it directly from that if anything is missing. That'd be fantastic. That's a huge tool for all of us. All right, cool. So just to kind of give you some ideas, and we're of course going to be doing a lot more Zoom calls because this is in turn what we need to do in order to teach our people. So guys, Jim Packard is on the phone with us. You guys don't know Jim yet. Well, Kathleen does. But Jim is a high top producer in another network marketing company. He runs a couple different businesses. He joined as a customer. We're working together to make sure he does the program. He's consistent and does it correctly. But he also knows how beneficial this is for so many other network marketing companies and all the other people that he knows. So he's here to learn as well. So you're kind of getting an inside view of everything, Jim, which is fantastic. But this is exactly when the previous 10-minute conversation that we just had is what we will need to do with our people. So that's what I need to do with Jim and Kathleen and all the other people that came to my class last week, is just sit down and go through everything with them to make sure, hey, how are you doing with your people? How are you doing with your time? Are you being consistent? Think back to those videos that Jim did, and we're going to be the ones teaching that from here on out. So we'll definitely continue to do more so that you guys are really comfortable, so that you have no problem answering any question that might come up. Does that sound good? Nice. Awesome. Okay, Jim, is there anything you wanted to add from that? Because now I introduced you.
No, this is, as you know, it's all new to me. I pick three people a day to reach out to that I haven't reached out to before, and I've private messaged 15 people so far and heard back from 12 of them. So, but it's tough because I've got a lot of things going on right now. So
he does. He's got his hands in all kinds of different places, which, as we discussed, So I want you guys as salespeople, and I'm going to refer to it that way because ultimately that is what we are. But as salespeople, looking at Jim Packard, all right, he's top producer of a network marketing company. He's writing a book. He's involved with 2 other companies. He's dad. He's got all kinds of stuff going on. He looked at this and he's like, great, I can take this information and use this for all of my businesses. They're all related. I need to get this information and make sure people know me, like me, trust me, respect me, which of course they do, but more people, so that I can marry everything that I've got going on and make this as easy as possible, because this program is going to help anyone and everyone. So don't be afraid to contact people. More than anything, that's what I want you guys to understand. And thank you, Jim, for being on this call. Let me using you as an example. Don't be afraid to contact people, because there are so many people looking for how am I going to take this project that I'm working on, or how am I going to take this team of people that we have, or how am I going to just market myself in general. Or I have a girlfriend who's a marriage counselor. She's coming up with a new website. How am I going to get my new website out to as many people as possible? So there's so many people, all different calibers, all different locations, that are thinking how, and they don't know how, or maybe they have an idea of how, or maybe they're just experimenting, or maybe they have some knowledge, but can we help them perfect it? Right? That's what we're going to do. I have a gentleman who refers to me as Facebook Queen. And so someone called me up and he's like, I was referred to you. I was told that you're the Facebook Queen. And I started laughing. And he's like, are you? And I'm like, well, yes, I am. And then afterwards I got off and I'm like, was that cocky? And I'm like, no, because it's true. Right? So of course we have to go about it, not in a cocky way. But I honestly feel that way. I feel that I can really seriously take people through Facebook. And by doing that program and answering questions and coming together as a team in a group, that's how we want to feel, and that's what we need to do. Think about where you guys are at with that. Start writing down where you're not real comfortable or where we need to get more comfortable, and start writing down your skills and where you are really good. And we're just going to marriage all of this together. Does that sound good? Okay. So Christina in particular and Angela asked, all right, I've got people interested. How do I get them started, right? Everyone has that question? Okay, because I know a couple of you are already reaching out to people. So you guys know I'm extremely honest. I'm very blunt and I'm very bold, and I tell you my thoughts. I have asked Jim to change the program, and I've been asking for that for a while now. He finally did review it, and he's like, okay, I got it. I understand what you've been requesting and what you said. How about this? How about instead of all the text, I take all that text message from the online program and I rewrite another book. And in place of the online program, I do the videos like I used to do with you guys and just walk people through the online program with the videos. And I'm like, yes, exactly. That's what we're looking for. So that is in progression right now, guys. So yes, go ahead, Fiona.
Yeah, okay, so just to confirm, because this is kind of big, to confirm what you just said, he is going to replace the online program with videos. That, really?
Yes.
Wow.
Does that make you happy?
Yes.
Yay! I'm going to let him watch this video.
I was like, wait, did I hear that right? Okay, thanks for confirming that.
If anyone else wants to give your thoughts and comments right now, I'll turn him on to this video so he can see your reaction.
And I also think that's going to help with retention.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. The online program is fabulous. This program works. And Jim, I don't want you to get the wrong idea. And you and I have talked about it a little bit. It works. It's just boring, right? So I'm like, you've got to fix that. We've got to make it more exciting. So I don't know when that's going to happen. He has stated from day one that there's going to be all kinds of changes when we really truly launch this program in January. Six Sigma and Sandy and Kathy are coming out with all kinds of stuff. That's really launching in January. but we've been given the gift to open this up earlier because we're really the only team that's on this right now. We're passionate about it because we've been going through it for a while now, most of us a year. And so he's paying us more money right now, which the money changes in January. It's still big money, but it's going to be paid out differently. Okay, so we make a lot more upfront money right now until the end of the year. So I don't want you guys to wait till January. Just help people through it. That's why we will have to do a little bit more hand holding. That's why I'm working directly with Jim rather than just putting them on the program. Come January, we're probably going to be able to just put people on the program and they'll get it. And they'll have that retention and they'll want it and they'll do more. But for now, it's going to be up to us, but we're getting paid to do that as well. So yeah, I know, very exciting, right, Fiona? Yeah, write down your things. Write down what you want to see. Write down. Let me know. Pass it on to Jim. What do you need in order for you to share this with thousands of people? What do you need from the company? And he takes it all so seriously. Jim has told me from the beginning that he's not emotional. He doesn't take things personally. All he does when he receives information is he looks at it in the Six Sigma format to find out, is this going to better the company? Is this going to better the distributors? Is this going to better him? And if the answer is yes, then he'll make it happen. So you just let us know. Just put it all together. So that's a major change that's coming. Right now we have the online platform. I also don't like the Six Sigma Social as a initial welcome to someone. It's way too business oriented right now, and it's not about a customer. So I have gotten approval from Jim that we can still use the social point of view. That was all about his videos and information and how to connect with people, you know, all that great stuff, all that training that we really bought into and put to use. Go ahead and put your people in there and I'll send you the verbiage. But you need to let them know this is an old format. It's not really being monitored. Don't ask questions there. Ask me directly, meaning you, and I will get you an answer. Our new Six Sigma social influencer or Six Sigma social networking platform Facebook group is coming out soon. And as soon as that comes out, that's only going to be people that are in the learning platform. So it's going to be a smaller number of people, and it's people just doing what we're doing right here. All right, I know, right? Exactly, Fiona. Again, go ahead and write that down. You know, let us know because I'm not even doing it, and I got yelled at for that. And right, Jim? Jim doesn't yell, but he was a little, why don't you do that? And I had to explain to him, I'm like, no customer of mine is going to be interested in that whatsoever. So again, let me know your thoughts, guys, because we're working behind the scenes. So if you've got something going on in your thoughts, and think the Six Sigma way, if you're nervous about doing something, let's go backwards. Think from right to the left side. If you're nervous about doing it, then there's a reason why you're nervous, right? Maybe I'm not sharing this with as many people because I don't like the online platform right now. Maybe I'm not bringing people into the social networking group because I don't like that group right now. Let's come up with a solution. And there's a ton of solutions. We just kind of have to brainstorm through them at this moment, whether it's hand holding at the moment or a different Facebook group or more online videos or whatever it may be. But we'll work through it. So let me know all your thoughts because we want to grow in massive numbers. We don't want any hindrances. If there's something blocking you, you've got to state it out loud. And if it's just learning more of the program, then we just got to learn more of the program. Some of it's just going to be being comfortable. All right, other thoughts or things that you want to talk about before we move on to how to share this? Yep.
So you had posted something earlier about anyone that we enroll now through the end of the year has to go through the company. Does that mean we don't send them our link?
Yeah, so okay. Real important because we're getting paid differently, and obviously this only is for our group. This is a personal favor from Jim to us that I've been working on for a few months. And it's completely in the clear, and we have confirmation from his tech people and everything. But if we go through Six Sigma, then we will get paid the same way everybody else is getting paid on the pay plan that they're going over right now. So just so you know, John and Jim are doing a live video right now on the pay plan. Watch that when we're done. We have been given an opportunity because we've been doing the program. We're passionate about it. We understand it. We can teach it to go ahead and do this now, and we've been given more upfront money. But the only way to do that is to not go through Six Sigma, because then there's all kinds of other people getting paid. What he does is he takes 50% of the money, and all of that money gets paid out. So it's just a matter of who gets it. So if we go through Six Sigma, it's spread out to multiple people. If we go directly from him to me to you, how all of that works, then it's that percentage, that 70% of 50%.
Okay, so then we just, I haven't had anybody who wants to enroll yet, but so we would just, this is for influencers and for people who.
Not for influencers, because we're not getting paid on influences immediately.
Just on
customers.
Just on customers. Okay, and
Yeah. So here's what I've done, and this is going to work for people that know you. Just think Isogenics in that regards. I'm just getting their information, and I'm writing it down, and then I pass it on to Jim.
Okay, that's easy enough.
Or Alexanne. We're still working out those exact details. So as soon as you get that, we'll get that figured out. But just let them know, you can send them to your site, but there's really truly no reason to send them to your site right now because there's nothing else on that site.
Right.
Another thing Christina asked for is she wants our replicated sites to have more information. So a quick little video like that one that I did for you guys when I was reading, and you can tell I was reading, right? Do you remember that? It was like 60 seconds. I've asked Jim to do that video on our replicated website. Now that will be company-wide. That's not just specifically for us. And he said yes. So pretty soon your website will have a video for all those different products, a 60-second video on why would you want to enroll. Not the live videos that him and John are doing. Those are great pieces of information, but they're detailed. They're not exactly what a customer wants. It's for a salesperson in order to sell it. We want a customer of, hey, why do you want to enroll on the energy and gas? Hey, why do you want to enroll on our learning platform? Well, this is why. I'll do one tomorrow, and you guys are welcome to do your own. Of course, don't always think that I'm just trying to take over. Always feel free to do your own. But there's a flyer in our social group, our small social group, that all I did was read these lines, Christina's idea. She's like, just bullet point each one of those, and you can get it done in less than 60 minutes. So I'll do another one just so it's done. You can feel free to share mine. If you guys want to do yours, feel free to share yours so that we can match up. If someone has an interest in how Fiona talks, I can send them Fiona's video, right? So that's one way to help people know. And I have to do that tomorrow, just so you know, because tonight I emailed 200 real estate agents, and I'm having them connect back with me of, hey, yeah, I have an interest. Tell me more about it. Well, I don't want to type it out because it doesn't type out right, and I don't want to give them a call. So I'm just going to do a little video and send them the video and then find out if they have an interest, schedule it. So to answer your questions in that regards of how do we get people interested, I don't suggest emailing because that's old school. This is just a particular situation where I have their emails. So I emailed them. They're writing back. They're actually writing back. I've had, I think, 7 so far write back today of, yeah, I passed it on. I'm asking my office manager about it. Let me talk to the office. Let's schedule. I've had lots of different reactions, so that's been great. And then I'm going to, whether they ask me for information or not, I'm going to send them that video and then just type back, okay, great. When can we schedule the class? And I'm going to do a class. And I have 2 classes that I'm trying to really get up and running for you guys so that they're extremely duplicatable. So I've got a video on my sales presentation, and then I'll do an audio on just the words. And then my 2-hour class, which I only want you to do if you're getting paid, or if there are already people that have enrolled and you have enough of them. I have that outline I'll do on audio. I did not get that on video, but I figured we could do a Zoom call, and then we can record that Zoom call. And what I did from both of those to prepare for it is I spoke directly to Jim, and I recorded him, and he then gave me pretty much the words and the topics and everything, and then I just turned it into what works for me. So I'll pass on as much as I possibly can for you guys, but I want to make this as duplicatable as possible. And really, truly, the 30-minute sales presentation is more or less your story. So that you should be able to say very fast and easy. You're going to do a little introduction, state a little bit about why you're here, thank them for coming, get some common ground, tell your story, and then maybe if you have an opportunity to do a testimony from someone there or just a testimony, and then you close it with how much this costs and what they receive. That happens in 30 minutes. So it's nothing horrible that you're going to have to sit there and memorize for days and days. It's really pretty fast and easy to get that down. The 2-hour is just really truly walking them through why relationships are so important, bringing them back to understanding how important communities are, relationships, stuff that we talk about all the time and that you guys experience, your story, a couple testimonials, and then actually walking them through the different things about Facebook. Sorry, I'm reading Jim's comment. I'm gonna have to go back to your chats and read those. You know, with the one that I did that Jim attended, that was my first 2-hour one. And I pretty much walked them through the fundamentals of why do they want the right cover picture, the right profile picture, why do they want the right bio, why do they want a resume, a little bit on their posts that they want to do, and then I taught them how to graph search, and that really took 2 hours. So we really didn't cover a ton of material, but it was a lot of interaction, a lot of conversation, and helping them understand what they need to do to really start building relationships. I want to look at your chats real fast. Answer those. Okay, validation 2. What do you mean by that, Fiona?
You had said, how do you think it makes them feel?
Oh, right. Okay, got it. Thank you. Okay. Woohoo. Yes, great job, Jim. We want videos. I've been worried about freaking people out. I think people are more likely to be open to influence if they first fall in love. That's exactly how Jim has done this program. So he really doesn't want us bringing in a lot of social influencers right away. You guys are all leaders. You guys build teams. So that's why you came in as an influencer. But what truly we want to do is bring people in as a customer, and when they fall in love with the program and they naturally ask you, how can I share this with more people? This is fantastic. Then we talk to them about being a social influencer. And when they do that, they pay their $50 per month, right, as a customer. Once they become a social influencer, they're reimbursed that $30, and then they then go on the $20 fee. Okay, makes sense? Okay, now we don't want to, it's not going to do you any good, and we don't want to go this direction of, hey, come in as an influencer for 20 versus a customer for 50. For one, you don't get paid on influencers, so you're not getting paid yourself. We get paid on the customers and the volume, and I can explain that in just a few minutes. So you got to look at the paycheck, right? But if they're really not interested in becoming a builder, why put them in that position? So again, just think back about Isogenics. Meet people where they're at. Most people are going to want to become a customer. And then if they fall in love with it like we have, then they're going to want to share it. And that's where your bonuses are going to come into play. Questions about that? That's a big topic. Questions? Nope. Okay. So how do we sign people up if we have someone? Okay. So again, if they are a customer, just pass on the information. If you want to pass it on to me for right now, I can pass it on to Alexandre or or Jim, or I will get that exact answer. I've already asked that question, but I don't have the exact answer, but that's no big deal. We'll get that. If they're a social influencer, go ahead and either they can enroll on your site or you can enroll them on your site. That's perfectly fine. So I reached out to 5 to 6 MLMs 2 days ago, no response yet. So should I send them a video? I think so. You've got to do follow-up. Again, you've got to make that relationship. So you need to show some examples too. And both Heather and Fiona are beautiful examples. Why don't you guys do this? Heather and Fiona, could you guys do a quick testimonial video? I'll do one too. On you joined this program, either, you know, if you were for sure about joining the program, say that. If you knew for sure you wanted to join it, say that too, whatever your story is. And then I started the program, I really put it into use immediately. And every time I received an assignment, I did it and my business exploded. It gave me the opportunity to really talk to people. I found myself doing posts that I'd never done before. I found myself reaching out to people. Yes, Heather. Found myself reaching out to people like I never did before. And I even found myself calling people on the phone and hosting meetings and meeting them, which I never did before. This program rocks. It works. Something like that? Awesome. That's one thing you can do. That. And I would suggest your testimonials aren't you. We need to use each other's testimonials. So as many of you that have one, just go ahead and submit one under 60 seconds. All right. Is there a program where a customer can refer 3 and get the program free? Yes, Jim. Jim's still with us, right? Sorry, that's right in the middle. Perfect. So here's the other thing. And Jim is a great example of this. So he's a top producer in a network marketing company. He may not have an interest in becoming an influencer, but guys, all salespeople want to get paid, correct? Right? Time is money. We all want to get paid for what we do. So Jim has a program that anyone, well, not influencers, but anyone outside of it, whether they're I think it's whether they're a customer or not. It might just be a customer. I need to verify that. But any customer can refer the program to as many people as they want, and they make $10 per person. One-time bonus, and they receive that. So let's just say I've got a guy named Chris. He runs a few different network marketing companies as well. He's like, this is fabulous. I need to get this to all of my team. But I own these companies. I can't be one of your associates or sales people, but how do I make money by giving this to my team? Well, the big picture is exactly what I did. So keep my story in mind, guys. The first 100 people that I have brought into this program were all of you. I didn't receive any money from that. That was strictly because I became passionate about it. And I knew if I offered to you guys and you guys did it, you would expand your businesses. Your businesses would flourish, which then of course reflects on the paycheck. So that was my story. I never even thought about making money doing this program until July, August maybe. And that's when we started having our conversations. Prior to that, it was really truly just building your guys' businesses. So, but you've got someone who they can bring in maybe 10,000 people. They bring all those team members in. There are 10,000 people, let's just say 30% do it. So 3,000 people go crazy and actually do the program, which will then influence the others to do it. And you'll be holding their hands if that's the case, because you want that to be very much of a big success. But that owner gets $10 per person. So $30,000, $100,000, whatever it may be. So that's what my guy's looking at. Hey, I can bring my team in. My team will explode. Oh, cool. And I can make $100,000. All right, I'm in. And he doesn't have to do any work. We do the work. And if we're bringing in all those people, you guys are going to make a lot of money. You'll be more than happy to do the work. Does that answer your question, Jim? Will there be ongoing and new videos in the online program to help with retention? Yes. And so Jim actually already, oh, did I mute? Hold on. Am I muted? Okay, it showed up mute. Jim has already done a really great video on that, but he needs to do another one that you can share. But did you see that one, Heather? It was him and John of YB, a social networking influencer. So it's pinned. They're all pinned in the Six Sigma social group. And there's one of YB, a social influencer. That was based on a conversation that he and I had earlier about the videos and about retention and all of that stuff. So there is that one right there. See if you can use that one. If not, just say, hey, that's great for anyone in the business, but I need something for customers. And then we'll have him make one for a customer. Jim's great at doing videos. So anything we want that we want him to do on video, just say it. Put it out there. All right, I have a question. Is that $10 only once when someone enrolls? How does the residual income come into play? Kathleen, that's for customers who aren't doing the business. They're just referring people. So it's a one-time $10 bonus per person. Doesn't matter how many people they bring in, and they can do it multiple times, but they only get paid $10 on that one person. Now, for us, it's a whole different deal. We work off of residual. So we really want to help people with retention and kind of talk about that a little bit, because Jim and I have been really discussing how do we help people continue on this program. For one, how do we make sure we give them enough nuggets at our workshops, but so that they actually enroll? All right, that was a little bit of an experiment for me, so I'll share more of that with you guys. But then once they enroll, how can we keep them so that they don't flip and fly through the program in their first month and then cancel, right? So where we have to become really good, and the company's working on this as well, but we have to become really good at, well, how many times have you gone through this program? Show your numbers as to how many times you have personally gone through it. Okay, I'm 3. 2, 3. You're on it, you're half, right? And Kate 1, okay. So Fiona, Heather, and I are really truly the ones that are really, right now, the best ones putting this to use. Let's just be honest, right? We're good with that, right? And here we are, 2 and 3 times. Have you guys learned something new every time you go through it? Are you getting right back in action? And like you said, Fiona, it's easy, and Heather, it's easy to kind of come in and out of this because you've got to push yourself. No one else is pushing you.
Yeah, and I've used it to start myself as well.
Right. So you can talk about that because every salesperson goes through that. There's not a single sales business where people don't go through ups and downs. Jim, you've been in sales how many years?
Oh, gosh. 30.
30.
40.
40.
Yeah.
Would you say that you're pretty consistent with kind of coming in and out of reaching out to new people?
Yeah, I don't have a problem reaching out. I've never used Facebook as a prospecting tool, so this is what intrigues me about this.
Right. But over your 40 years of reaching out to people, do you kind of go through your highs and lows? I know you reach out to one person every day, but right, over 40 years in and out?
Oh, absolutely. Sure.
Right. So we have to be real with people and say, you know, we all go through that. We know you're going to have ups and downs. You're going to have days that you're really gung-ho of reaching out to new customers and days where you're not. Use this program to kick you in gear. Use this program so every day you're hearing from one of us. How many people did you reach out to today? Use this program for someone to handhold you, whether we're on the phone with you or Zoom or our videos or whatever it is, to say, oh my gosh, I haven't done my program for a week. I need to get back on it. So that's one way to talk about retention. But also, Facebook changes. Facebook changes so much. And if someone doesn't stay on top of all the different changes, all these rumors start to happen and people don't know, am I going to have to pay for Facebook? And do I have to pay? You know, all those questions come out, right? Go straight to the source of the people that are watching Facebook every day. So let Jim and his team research what's new on Facebook, because people could spend a lot of time and effort trying to figure out what's new, what's going on, how do I make Facebook work? What are some of the other ways for retention? I mean, really staying on top of it and using it that way, but also learning something new. And this last time I went through it, I really put my list together. I read about it and I heard about putting the list together before, but it wasn't until the third time I did it that I actually made my list. And it really honestly wasn't until I had to teach the class that I put my list together. So, that's how it works, right? You can't do everything the first time. So you have to kind of stay with it. And so many salespeople are spending more than $50 a month on their marketing. When you look at network marketing, real estate agents, different people like that, they are buying leads. They're paying someone to do their social media. They're paying for Buffer or Hootsuite or something like that. They might have an assistant to do some of that. They're spending a lot of time, of course, figuring out what do I say, what do I post, which of course Jim tells them all of that. So they're spending a ton of money. Yeah, Kathleen, you're muted, so I'll say this. She was stunned when she found out how much some of the loan officers are paying for their social marketing. $850 a month. We're talking 50. So when you present it to people, know that people are spending a ton of money on these things. We can help replace that. Now, what Jim wants us to do is not look at this as an expense. He wants us to share and show people how the $50 a month is a marketing tool, not a marketing expense. So be careful with your words. They're already spending the money. So the $50 a month, and even Jim said that, and go ahead and speak up, Jim, but Jim was like, this is only $50 a month. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, I think your customers will stay with you providing they get continued value. As soon as they don't have the value or they can relate it to a sale of some sort, then they'll drift away. So I think it's critical to have testimonials from customers, especially that are using this as a medium to find prospects.
Right, exactly. I love that you're on this call, Jim. Thank you. Jim and I have been friends for 14 years. Go back to your relationships, guys. It all makes a difference. Okay, so how do we connect them? So you reach out, you send them video, you put them on the social point of view, let them know, that's not being watched. Follow up within 24, 48, no more than 72 hours. Then they say they're interested. We put them on that online program immediately, get them enrolled, and then you want to start working with people. So if they're a customer and they're pretty independent and they're just going to go through the program, just do your follow-ups. Make sure that they're doing good. Ask specific questions. Just like in Isogenics, we don't ask people, how do you feel? They respond with good. We think everything is good, but that's not the case, right? Ask some specific questions. How many people did you reach out to today? What kind of responses did you get on your private messages? How many happy birthdays did you do today, right? Have them answer your questions to make sure they're actually doing it, and then they'll have to be honest with you. If they're saying that they want to do more with this and they really want to understand it and really grow a business and help other people, I would handhold them, just like with Jim. And Jim's just like, I don't really know Facebook very well. You've got to make me a guinea pig, hold my hand, and I'll become great at this, and we'll share it with thousands. I'm like, okay, Jim, let's do that. Or you can group people together. So let's say you do a class, and this is what I've done so far. I've grouped all those people that were at the class in a private message group, and I'm asking them, which they're not real good at. So Kathleen and Jim, if you guys want to help me out and make some kind of comment there. Today I reached out to 3 people. They're supposed to state what they've done, just kind of like we did in our Facebook group. State what they've done, ask any questions, talk about the kudos, whatever good stuff has come from the class that they're actually putting into use, and make that alive. But, as leaders, we kind of have to keep that going, stir the pot, keep that alive. You'll automatically be putting them into the social point of view group as well as the Six Sigma group. So they're going to get a lot of stuff from there. If you do a class and you have, I would say, 10 of them enroll, I would offer to do a free 2-hour workshop with them and really go through some details so that they get excited and they put it to use. But we know with this type of program, they've got to put it into use immediately. Otherwise, they're going to set it aside and never do it. It's such an independent program that we have to force our way in to make sure that they do it. All right. How do we tell people about that? That was a question, right? How do we tell people about this? How are we going to market this? Anyone want that? Does anyone want to know how? Okay. All right. I'll go with the opposite of what Angela just said. All right. It's the same way we do everything. Same exact way, except if you can use Jim's program, for one, then you're going to educate yourself so that you can actually do workshops, become a little bit more of a testimonial. Do his program. Reach out to 10 new people. I will share with you, I think I did share with you guys the original post from Jim. You can kind of use that as an example. And just reach out to people and say, hey, well, Angela, you've been reaching out to several people. What have you been saying?
Probably nothing very professional. I don't know. I'm just basically like, hey, you're awesome at Monet. You're rocking it. I was like, but do you ever not want to like run out of customers? I feel like there's a point where we're all going to worry about running out of customers. Jim Lumpkin's been a training that my husband and I have been taking. It's been awesome. It's opening up a lot of doors for us. Why don't you check out this website or check out the Facebook page?
Perfect. All right, that was great. The whole thing with Jim's program is we want to be a product of the product, right? So we want to come across as a friend. And that's exactly how you're coming across. Thank you so much, Jim. I really appreciate you being on this call and all of your input. And I'm so excited to have you involved. Yay! You're a great resource and friend. I appreciate you a lot, Jim.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
All right, have a good night. Where are we in time, guys? I'm sorry. I wasn't planning on an hour. I apologize. Are you guys all okay with time? Okay. If you need to get off, let me know. So that's fantastic, Angela, because you're coming across as a friend of, hey, are you ever worried about running out of friends, of people to talk to people about Monet about? Because yes, as we did our call last night, that happens all the time. We think, I've talked to all my friends, no one else has an interest, I don't know who else to talk to, so I'm just not going to do anything, and then the paychecks go down, right? We think with those blinders. Six Sigma thinking, take it back. Well, the only reason you think that is because you haven't gone into action and you haven't talked to any more new people. It all comes down to new people. And there are so many people that are interested in this. So we really, truly just have to walk through it. Now, Angela, can I change your beginning just a little bit? Tweak that? Okay, thank you. I love the beginning. Reaching out as a friend with that statement of, do you ever feel like you're running out of friends? Because yes, I would kind of somewhat stop there. Let's run through it a little bit. So, hey, Mary, you are rocking it with Monet. I love watching your posts and seeing all of your success. Hey, I just had a quick question for you because I've been involved with network marketing now for a while too. Do you ever worry about running out of people to talk to? Stop, let them respond, which probably is most likely going to be, well, yeah. If they're a friend, now people also have ego. So even if they write back, which I would write back personally, very truthfully, I've never run out of friends to talk to, right? But however, at the same time, I go through my ups and downs where I'm not reaching out to those friends. So they say, yes, that's an obvious one. Then go on with your statement of, Damon and I have been using this program. I wouldn't give Jim's name because then they can Google Jim and just buy his book or something like that. But Jim and I have been using this social networking social networking platform. Call it that. Social networking platform. Damon and I have been using this social networking platform that my leader told me about, and it has been rocking our business. I'd love to tell you more about it. We've been able to connect with all kinds of different friends on Facebook. We know exactly what to say. Read from the flyer, right? But just in a few short words. We know exactly what to say. We feel very confident now reaching out to people. It's changed everything about our business. Would you like some information on that? How does that sound, guys? Okay, oops. Check this out. Can you guys, oh, you can't see my screen. Check this out. Perfect example. Let me share my screen with you. All right, I just got a message. Okay, I didn't reach out to her about that. Apparently she did a post this morning. She's a real estate agent, asking, hey, are there any Isogenics reps here? We have a constant stream of products that we'd like to order. So I was told about it with Stacia. So I reached out to her and I said, I have another fun project that agents are loving. Have a great day. She responds, I don't need help necessarily. I've been selling the leads. I charge $50 a lead. Nearly every single one of them orders at least 90. Oh, okay, that's something else. So wait, so she's trying to sell me her leads, isn't she? That's what she's trying to do. All right, I'm just gonna see where this goes. Play with people, it's okay. Don't give all your eggs away in one basket. Play it, see what happens. But that's what she's doing.
Relationships take time.
So she's charging $50 a lead from someone that orders at least a 9-day. How much do we make on 9 days, guys?
I don't even know. We don't sell them. $10.
$10 one time, $10. Half of a cycle, about 130 BV.
And the people,
100, it's 100 BV. Excuse me,
and the
100
people
BV.
don't ever have a good enough experience to come back.
Right? So nothing's going to happen. So now I spent $50 to make 10. And many of them order a Prezi pack. All right, so now a Prezi pack, let's just say we don't have doubles, okay? Because I usually don't bring double money into play. I think that's my bonus for doing a really super good job, not just because I had two. So Prezi pack, we make 80. So in that case, well, there's a $30 profit. The lady that's been buying them has gotten really ill and can't really handle them anymore.
She's charging $50 for a name?
Yeah. Yeah. So Kathleen just responded to me privately. Yes, I believe she's trying to sell you her leads. Yeah. It took me a second, but I got it. But I was like, why on earth would she publicly Facebook? I have a source of continuous stream of product being that needs to be sold, or however she said it. And my girlfriend's like, oh my gosh, you got to get in there quick. There's all kinds of people tagging all kinds of people. And I'm like, that's just odd. Why wouldn't you just ask for an Isogenics rep? Right? Most people would just say, hey, does anyone know anyone that sells Isogenics? Because she's got a system. She's making $50 a pop. Can you guys read that? As you can imagine, I have several people that have contacted me, but I'm in a class, so let me know if you're still interested. I am actually on a Zoom call.
And
I have a few more questions. Can we connect later? She's not someone I want to work with, so I'm not going to stress out about it, because I'm not going to pay $50 per lead, because you know what? What do we have?
$50 a month for a gazillion.
Right, exactly. Except we pay 20. We're $19.97 a month. We just have to do the work, but we would have to do the work in that case anyways. So that was interesting. So someone is spending $50 per lead. How often do you think that's happening?
Not with anybody who's going to make any money doing this.
That's very true. But there are a lot of hopeful people in this world, and they're like, oh my gosh, this is going to be the big break. This is what's going to help me. This is what's going to save me. But I don't have a network. Oh, okay, so buy some leads. That happens all the time. Buy some leads, and you can have people to connect with. I've had another guy that I'm going to be bringing into this company. he actually gave me a list of leads. And do you know what that list of leads were? It was like 200 people. Every single one, because I actually called, and every single one of them was like, how did you even get my number? And like, you did a request for more information. They're like, yeah, 2 years ago. Or my husband's dead now. He was the one. Or, you know, they were all super old, where it was the most horrific thing I have ever done. Right? Have you ever done cold calling leads before?
Yes.
Awful. Just shoot me right now. But people do. And we're great examples. We have. But now we're not going to do it that way anymore.
That was a long time.
So now you can use that as a testimony when you talk to your friends of, hey, there is no need to ever buy leads ever again. I'm going to teach you how to become good friends with people that you may know or know through other people for free by being yourself. And if they're buying leads, they're going to be like, oh, I don't have to buy leads anymore? No. Or I don't have to reach out to strangers? No. I mean, there's somewhat a stranger, but we talked about that last night too. We're all strangers at some point, and then we become friends. But those cold call strangers, those are awful. Bad. All right. So how are you going to reach out to people? Really, truly do Jim's program. But if you've got other opportunities where with Isogenics, so here's an example of my week right now. So today I needed to follow up with all the real estate agents that have gone through my house, let them know it's now on Airbnb. And I gave away little goodie bags. And so I stated in my, and I can send you guys the email, but I stated on my letter, I gave you guys a goodie bag, and inside that goodie bag had an Isogenics bar and what they would do with that. My house is on Airbnb. Here's the link for that. And I host workshops around the area, or I help people to never run out of friends. I'll just send you guys the letter so you have it all. And so that's what I did today, because I needed to do that anyways, right? Tomorrow, I'm doing a mom's night out for Isogenics. What do you think I'm going to have on my table? So all the other vendors that are at the mom's night are going to receive one of these, right? Because they're all network marketing, most likely. Direct sales of some sort. And then each of my conversations, we'll have an opportunity to talk. Saturday, same exact thing. Our school is doing a 5K. There were 380 swag bags to go out. What do you think is in every single swag bag? Parents that I know. And then I'm also have a table there, an Isogenics table there. I will also have my Facebook flyer there at the same time. All right, flyers. I wrote down flyers, so just do the flyers. If you're doing any networking or BNIs or events, you're already going there for Isogenics or any of your other companies that you're running, just add this. You're going to have to kind of figure out words to say of how you can marry it, or just kind of ask questions to see which company they would be interested in. So you don't give them a resume of what all you can offer.
So that was actually what I was going to ask you, is because a lot of the groups that I go to, they give you do like your elevator pitch. And I pretty much kind of gauge, actually, I mostly just Isogenics, and then because the other stuff is more national to bring up. But so would you just like say, you know, your Isogenics stuff? And then, I mean, I've been doing coaching, so I actually have been saying, you know, I do the coaching, and, you know, I also partner with Isogenics and use that within my coaching.
Okay.
So
can you give us your elevator pitch?
Oh my God. Okay. So here's the problem. I'm a woman in transition. So it's kind of, I don't even know what to call myself. So I've been working with this business coach who's like, you just do this thing. And I'm like, what do I call it?
I'm trying to think right now, and I've got some ideas for you, Fiona.
Okay, so
go ahead.
What I've been using is, you know, hi, I'm Fiona Bryan, and I'm Fiona Bryan. Oh, how did I put this? So I work with people and help them live healthy, productive lives. And so if you've ever been in a situation where you are paralyzed, you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, whether it's your relationship, your weight, so on and so forth. I basically fix that. And I do that with a number of different ways. And then I talk about I've been doing some different certifications and stuff, but, so that's kind of basically my
super easy. I got it. It's
instead of
super
saying
easy.
what I am, I say, have you ever been completely stuck? Well, I fix that.
Okay.
Because I don't know what to call myself.
Super easy, Fiona. All you need to do is, have you ever been paralyzed? Have you ever just been kind of stuck, whether personally or with your business? I can fix that.
Okay.
If it's and I don't know if you go into detail, but if it's you personally, I have a health and wellness program. If it's your business, I have a program to help you learn how to never run out of friends and build a business on Facebook in just a couple hours.
Well, and that's the thing is, so basically what I've been doing is I've been kind of like pulling everything in together. And so that's actually a beautiful way of putting it. So what I'm doing is this thing, and then I have all these different tools that I use to help people. That's kind of how I've been describing it, not very well. I'm a fixer.
So perfect that a little bit.
Okay.
And so basically my nickname is the Fixer. My name is Fiona Bryan, but you can call me the Fixer. And if you have anything going on in your life, either personally or business or through your business, that you're feeling stuck, you're feeling paralyzed, you just don't really know how to go on, I'm the Fixer. I can take care of that, whether it's with health and wellness, or whether it's a life coach, or if it's your business and you just don't know how to reach out to people anymore, or you've run out of people to reach out to, I can fix all of that.
You make it sound so easy. That's so beautiful. Okay, great. Perfect.
Okay, and this is being recorded, so you can watch it later. That's what I do with half of my conversations with Jim. I'm always recording, which he knows, but I'm always recording it so I can go back and really then take that time to take his words, because his words are just so attractive, right? And take those words and then either use them or turn them into mine. And anytime you get that opportunity, just hit the record button.
But see, that's great, because then it's like the way that you talk about it, though, is you don't want to come off as this person who's like, I'll throw a buck at anything, whatever you want to pay me for. You want to be this like package.
Right.
So the way you put that was that's good.
Okay, good. So there's a testimony right there, right? So I've been using Jim's program for a year. I just had a call last night with my coach, and she taught me how to completely fix my elevator pitch so that it's this.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just throwing something out there. All the different ways my brain works. And just to kind of take that, but use that into people's everyday situation, because whatever we're going through, other people are going through too.
Cool.
Yeah, cool. So I perfected. I had the easiest time perfecting this elevator pitch before any other business I've ever been in. When I was with Party Light, same thing with Isogenics. What do I say? I just don't know how to say it. I don't know how to say it in 30 seconds. I don't know how to, I just don't know how to interest people. I'm all over the board and I never say the same thing, right? And that's what I have heard for 20 years. And that's kind of what I've been, because I have many different elevator pitches. It depends on who I'm speaking to, but they've never been perfected. Jim invited me to an event in August, I think, and I had to come up with an elevator pitch. He invited me that day, and I showed up that night, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is one of those networking events. This is like, I got to give a 10-second presentation into so many people, and I hate those things. And I never use that word. I don't like those environments. But part of the problem is because I don't know what to say. I don't know how to use that elevator pitch. But it was so simple. I don't remember what I said then, but now I teach people how to never truly run out of friends on Facebook. And I show you how you can take all the friends that you have, plus so many more that you're going to meet, and convert them into customers. So we can take your current conversion rate and reduce that. And you're being yourself. There's no Facebook ads and there's no business pages. You have perfected it in a way where you are yourself and people like, trust, and respect you. That's one of them. I have a few. That one was probably a little bit more lengthy, but I'll try and come up with another one. If I'm on the phone and I'm talking to them and what do I have to offer you? Well, I do workshops and classes. It's also an online program on how to teach people to really, truly run their business through Facebook. So they can do it from their office or their home a couple hours a day, never run out of people to talk to, and turn those friends into customers just by being themselves. So it's really easy. Practice it, guys. I've had such great success doing an elevator pitch with this company, much more than anything else. I never liked them. Never liked my little presentation. I'm always like, oh, before, after. This one I can just spill out. I don't know what it is about it. I guess it's because it's that easy. I don't know. Maybe it's passion. I don't know. But try it. I'd like to hear all of yours. Do a video when you feel that you have it. All right. Other questions, other concerns? We kind of just have to make this happen. We're going to be each other's bosses. We don't have anyone pushing us. It's all up to us every single day to get this out there. You're going to learn the pay plan tonight after you watch that video. There's a lot of money involved, but there's more upfront money right now. So we need to work it now, even if all the tools are not in place. I do explain to social influencers that this is a startup company without being a startup company. Meaning it's a startup company that we're still figuring out the tools. We're still figuring out the marketing, but the program has been in existence for 22 years. The owners have been using this platform for 22 years. We have the money to pay people. We have the money to keep the program going. We have the money to keep coming up with the marketing and the networking. The leaders that are involved have been leaders in other companies for multiple years and have generated huge success. So we're not a startup company, but there's going to be a few little hiccups as far as getting it started with the marketing and just getting the word out there. And so far, everyone's been like, okay, because anyone that has ever really, truly understood sales wants to be in a startup company. Most people want to be on the ground floor, but being on the ground floor and in a startup company, there's hiccups, and we just have to work together to build it. Luckily, Jim allows us to kind of butt in a little bit and constantly learn from us. He loves Isogenics. He loves what Isogenics has put together. There are certain things that he says that they're not the perfect company, but they're really highly respected. So he's always asking me what I love about what they do and to give examples as a customer, as a distributor, what I don't like about what they do so that he can make this company even better. So you've got to speak out loud. Any of those things that make you cringe or make you not make a phone call or you just don't feel comfortable, talk about it out loud because changes can happen. And we're with a man, a gentleman who is going to take everything we say very seriously. You have a voice. Can you imagine being in Isogenics and having a voice? I mean, like a really true voice right now, right? That's kind of what's going on right now. So use it. Go right ahead. State it out loud. Be the leader that really, truly makes this company amazing.
Stephanie, is there any concern? I'll tell you what my true hiccup right now is.
Okay.
Because you know me and you know that, like, first of all, I love Jim and that's why I want to be involved. And I think that, I think his system works. I think it works for anybody. My hiccup is I feel a little bit like, I don't know, since everything isn't set, there's a piece of me that wants to save my bullets. Like if I just wait a month and I get this person in here, it's going to be like there are a few people where I'm like, yeah, they're patient enough. Like I know them well enough that it's okay, that if they decide to bite the bullet now, it'll be okay.
Right.
There's you where I'm like, ooh, I feel like I'm selling them something that's not quite there yet.
Raise your hand if you feel the same way Fiona feels. Right. Okay. We all agree with you without a question. The thing is I'm gonna change your mindset hopefully just a little bit. And
Okay.
you said one thing that was very important. A few people are going to be good with that. So you're going to go ahead and tell them. So tell them. The other thing is in some of our scenarios, we're going to want them to become a customer and just go through the program. In some of our scenarios, we're going to want to get a big group of people. Because I think all of you stated, well, Heather, I haven't talked to you about this yet, but everybody else has stated, I want to teach classes.
Yeah.
Right? I want to be up there on, not necessarily on the stage, but I want to teach the class. I want to teach the workshop. So in that regards, those are the people I'm reaching out to right now. Because if I hold their hand and I get them to a workshop and I do Zoom calls with them, I know they'll have success if they do what they're supposed to do.
So there's a little bit of hand holding that you're expecting to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not reaching out to people who I have a great online program.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not reaching out to those people right now. I am going to wait for those in January. And if Jim, if you're listening to this, this is very raw and real. This is true of how we all feel right now. So get those videos done. But I don't want you to hinder yourself, and I don't want you to stop, and I don't want you to not move forward, because you do have the ability to teach people, and this program works. We know it works. We just need to make it in a way that they're going to be excited about it and they're going to continue. So that's where you're going to come into play until the videos are done.
Yeah. So there's this piece of me that's kind of like, okay, so I said I'm in. And then I'm like, okay, I'm in. I'm not producing anything, but I'm in. So, but I'm in, Jim. I'm in. I'm holding tight. So, all right. Well, I'm glad I said that though. But
Yeah.
okay.
Does that make you guys feel better or give you a little bit more of a plan?
Yes, because I think then in my mind, I could go gangbusters if this thing were totally set up, but I don't want to throw everything at the wall and until it's ready. You know what I mean?
So one thing Jim told me, I think probably a month ago, and it's a different subject, but the words are the same. He said, I never want someone to have to start all over again.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of in essence what you're saying. I don't want to do this, not have it work out because not everything's in place, and then have to start all over again. He doesn't want that to happen. So I'm either going to share this video or I'll just talk to him about it in detail.
He knows that I speak my mind, so.
Right. He's figured that out about us. Like, oh no.
But we have
Those
faith.
isogenics girls calling again.
It all comes with love.
Right. Everybody do a little heart for Jim. Love you. So much love here, Jim. But yeah, we all understand and we all get it. I'm looking at Kathleen's. Yeah, thanks, Kathleen. I agree. I've gotten better responses from the Six Sigma social. What do you mean by that, Kathleen?
When I reach out to people, the responses I've gotten back, I've been calling realtors, and I let them know that I'm reaching out to them. My name is Kathleen Monteleone with Camelback Appraisal Services. I'm an appraiser. Can I have a few minutes of your time? I did the Six Sigma social Facebook training, and I want to get back to you guys. And I've gotten almost like 90% saying yes, let me hear more. So it was great.
Okay, good. So that's because it's Kathleen. She's built the relationship. She's built the like, the trust, the respect. She went to the class. Now she's a product of the product, and now she's actually a product of the product because she's following up. And so that's why you're receiving that. So just do his program exactly, but how you're reaching out to people, how you're following up, being yourself, being personable. Know that not all the tools are in place. And this video is gonna, it's gonna hurt Jim. And he's going to be like, okay, I gotta do my videos. So we're going to push that, whether it's now or in January. We're going to get them, and it'll be extremely amazing and wonderful when we do. But for now, we do have the tools. We ourselves are testimonials. Angela, you haven't gone through the program 100%, but Damon has, right? And Damon had so much success. So you use him as your example. Push yourself to go through it. One thing Jim and I did talk about was, now, are we expecting people to go, say, as a social influencer? Are we expecting them to go through his entire online platform before they start selling it? And I'm like, no. And I'm like, here's my situation. I started that platform in August, and I still haven't finished it yet. And I'm trying. I'm putting forth a lot of effort to do all the videos so that I'm certified and I have all that information. Now, can I go out and sell it like crazy based on what I already know and what I've already done? Yes. He's like, great, that's what I wanted to hear. So we can get people to a place that if I do some short, quick videos, they can still go out and share with people, but it's highly recommended they go through the entire course. Like, right, we want to strongly suggest, because you can't sell something that you haven't gone through. But like in Isogenics, we don't want people to have a 30-day experience before they share it, right? Get a few days of experience, fall in love with it, use my testimonial, my story, and share it. Same exact same thing here. And Kathleen, right? I know you told me to watch all the videos on the course, but I don't know where to find them. Good question. All right, let's start there. Step one is you need to go to your learning platform. Oh, and Alexandre, by the way, is she contacted me yesterday. She's trying to switch all the passwords. I haven't heard from her today. But so you know how you might have two different passwords, one for the old platform and then one for the new one? She's trying to switch it. Well, if you didn't have that problem, Christina and I did. She's trying to switch it so that there's no problem whatsoever. It's all merged into one. So Christina, if you're listening, Alexandre is working on that. Okay, cool. And we've got Roger and Lorenzo who have purchased this program. And so if you guys, oh, and Aaron was on earlier. We lost Aaron. But guys, if we have people on our team who have purchased the annual program, and if you haven't done this yet, you need to. If you purchase the annual program and you want to be a customer or a social influencer, the annual program is you're going to receive this program for the year. The lifetime was for lifetime. Unless you're a social influencer, then that's different. But that's how you get paid. But for those that bought the annual program that want to become a social influencer, we just need to let Alexandre know, hey, I signed up as an influencer, and she'll reimburse the difference for people. So like Aaron, Roger, Lorenzo, or Lucas, they all purchased the annual program. This is a no-brainer for, if they have an interest in doing this, for them to switch over and become an influencer, and we just need to train them. So if you have anyone, and I'm not, you know, like I said before, we are not rating. We are not trying to distract people from Isogenics. This is still our passion and our paycheck and all of that. But if they love Jim's program and they've already been referring it, or if they already use it and they love it, why not get paid for referring it? It's my theory. So I'm only reaching out to particular people. In case anyone asks or if anyone says anything about it. That's just kind of how I'm doing it. And exactly, Kathleen, I believe this is a happy marriage between the two companies. Absolutely, without a question. That's how it all started, was to help us build our businesses. So it is, it's a marriage between these two companies of how can I do better, reaching out to more people and sharing Isogenics with them. And then blend this in. And I've been receiving more customers when I share Six Sigma. So I receive them as I talk to people and I do the workshops. They friend me. I do tell them they have to follow Jim's rules if I'm going to accept their friendship. So they have to private message me. They have to ping pong with me before I accept their friendship, because otherwise you're just going to have 50 people friend you. They have to put forth effort. But But if they friend me and we are Facebook friends, they see all the isogenic stuff. And then when I do the class and I have the live Facebook going on, what do you think they see? They see all kinds of isogenic stuff. So I think I've received 3 new enrollments just from 2 classes. So it's a great marriage. It's a fabulous marriage putting both of these together as long as you work it. So just make sure you work it. Other concerns, questions? Anything? Okay, let's continue this because this is big and this is something that, again, we have to push ourselves to do and we have to push each other. So let's kind of get on a regular schedule if we can, or at least we can do Marco Polo. Guys, I'll make up, are you guys all on Marco Polo?
Mm-hmm.
I'll make up a Marco Polo group and we can go back and forth with each other on concerns, questions, things you did, anything like that so that we can push each other. Does that sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anything you guys need or want, please state so. There's no one leader in this group. We all have ideas. We all need to state them and push each other to make this happen. Cool?
Yep.
All right. It's late. All right, guys. Okay. Keep talking. I'll set up the Marco Polo.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right. Bye, guys.